welcome to the St. Vrain Valley Schools. It is my great pleasure to greet you and to welcome you to the most amazing school district in the world, St. Vrain Valley. My name is Diane Lauer. I'm the Chief Academic Officer here, and we have an amazing 3 days for you. Our whole work is to create that sense of belonging that we want you to create for the students that you are going to be welcoming very soon. You're going to see over the next 3 days a lot of different opportunities for you to network with one another and to get to know the St. Vrain Valley Schools. We'll start off by sharing with you the very intentional and powerful systems of support that you will have access to here as a teacher and as an employee. The curriculum, the coaching, the professional development, the technology, all these things to help you be the very best that you can be. And in turn, the tools and the resources that you will need to create the most amazing classroom culture for your students. Thank you so much for choosing us. We really look forward to working with you over the next several days at the St. Vrain New Teacher Orientation.
Hi, I'm Joe McBreen. I'm the Assistant Superintendent of Innovation with the school district, and you will see the word innovation everywhere. As a matter of fact, innovation is one of our district's strategic priorities. It's everywhere, and you're going to experience it on a daily basis. But the one thing that might surprise you as a new teacher with the school district is that innovation isn't something we do, innovation is something that we are. Now, the word or the concept of innovation can be intimidating at first, but I want to settle your nerves just a little bit, because most of the time when people think about innovation, they think about the next big thing, like the next iPhone or the next great philosophy or something like that. But if you look up the word innovation in a dictionary, you'll see that it actually means small improvements, and everybody can do small improvements. And so that's what I'd like to impress upon you at this early stage with St. Vrain, is just always keep your eyes open for little improvements in yourself and your teaching practice, little improvements with your students, how you relate with parents, and your relationships all around. And I think you'll find that very quickly, if you take the pressure off of yourself and just look for little wins, little ways to improve, you will find that you too are not doing innovation. Innovation is just something that you are. You are an innovator. Welcome to St. Vrain.
As your student, I wish you had known that students perform best when they're actively engaged. And when I am having fun in the class, and if I have a good connection with the teacher, I can learn better.
As your student, I want to thank you for always helping me and providing as much aid as I needed, that way I could find success in my academics.
So I'm Douglas Bissonette, Area Assistant Superintendent for the Frederick Feeder. And I chose St. Vrain. I was really interested in St. Vrain for many years because St. Vrain has a reputation, incredibly strong reputation around the state, and I know nationally as well, but I'm much more familiar with the things that St. Vrain has done to promote public education around the state and to create an outstanding organization and really live the words of public education strong. The opportunities for students with the focus programs, the partnerships with the community and with businesses, the innovation that's happening in the district, including at the Innovation Center, but throughout the district, and the quality of people and the working relationships were all very appealing to me. And what drew me to St. Vrain, and the opportunity to contribute, but also to learn. I've been an educator all my adult life, and the most important thing that I've learned as an educator really has two parts. And the first is to never give up on your ability to learn or on anyone else's ability to learn, that we are incredibly resilient and capable of learning many things that we think we might not be able to learn or at different times in our life. And so that was one of the things that attracted me to St. Vrain, was the opportunity to learn. Welcome to St. Vrain. I think that the district will exceed your expectations no matter how high they were coming in. It's just a fantastic place to work. I've worked at a number of great organizations, and I couldn't be happier to be here, and especially the support that the district provides and the focus on doing everything we can for student success.
As a student, I was successful when I was finally able to understand a complex subject with your help and your way of introducing subjects that are usually complex, but you provide great ways of explaining them that each student can understand on their own.
As your student, I wish you had known how much it means to me that you're my teacher and my friend.
Hello everyone, my name is Carla Allenbach and I have the pleasure of serving as one of the area assistant superintendents here in St. Vrain, and I support the Skyline Feeder. Last year, I was sitting in your seat as I was a new employee here in St. Vrain Valley Schools. One of the things that brought me to St. Vrain was the strong philosophical belief that the district holds around the power of public education. It is very clear that that is taken seriously to provide this community with a quality and free education. And it is a belief that really only second to parenting, there is no more impactful system or process to impact our society in the future in a positive way than through public education. In my role, I have the pleasure of visiting several classrooms from all grade levels, all contents. And when I was asked the question around what does learning look like or sound like in St. Vrain, 3 phrases really came to mind. The first one is intentional. You will see across every classroom in every environment that teachers are well planned. There are curriculum maps that are provided by the district that are aligned to standards, updated frequently, and there's always intention in the activities and the learning that takes place every day for the kids. The other word that comes to mind, or phrase that comes to mind when I think about what does learning look like in St. Vrain is engagement, or learning is engaging. I see teachers that are highly skilled across all schools, that are just highly skilled in their ability to ask questions in a way that engages the kids in getting a response. The last word that I think of when I think about what does learning look like and sound like in St. Vrain is fun. You will see happy kids come running into school, excited to be here, happy staff, happy teachers, so many celebrations. St. Vrain truly believes in sharing all the positive aspects and the celebrations that happen every single day in the schools that it serves and in the community. And I really believe that kids should love coming to school, and it should be fun for them. Finally, I just really want to welcome you all to St. Vrain Valley Schools. You have made an amazing choice, and you are joining a team that is collaborative and is here to support you, and a wonderful community with amazing students. So welcome.
As your student, I want to thank you for inspiring me and being so positive and kind.
As your student, I want you to thank you for helping me when I'm struggling at math.
As your student, I wish you had known that being yourself for your students is really good, because some teachers will try to recreate what other teachers do, and just being yourself just really helps you express your own self and make your personality stick with some students.
Hi everyone, my name is Christopher Shue, and I'm the area assistant superintendent. I support the Longmont Feeder, Niwot Feeder, and Launch Ed. And today I'm going to be talking with you about attitude and the importance of attitude. When I think about attitude, I go all the way back to when I was a student teacher. And this is back at the University of Minnesota Twin Cities. And I was student teaching at Hopkins Middle School. And my cooperating teacher at the time was Tom Westfall. And Tom taught me a lot during the semester that he was my cooperating teacher. Gave me a lot of advice as well. And one bit of advice he gave me stuck with me during my 31 years in education. And it was that every moment, every word, and every student mattered. And your attitude is incredibly important. And he said, Christopher, what you need to remember is when you cross the threshold of this school, you've got to focus on kids. You've got to be present with kids. You've got to be your best self with kids. And no matter what's happening in your life, with your friends, with your family, you've got to leave that behind. And once again, when you cross the threshold, you've got to be present for kids, because every single kid matters. And you only have that one moment, the one word, to make sure that you're building trust with students, you're building a relationship with students, and you've got to remember that. You've got to be present with kids. So there's my first piece of advice regarding attitude, is remember that it's about every moment, every word, and every kid. And you've got to be your best self when you're with kids. My second story about attitude just took place about 4 years ago. And I was at the YMCA, and I was with my first grader at the time, and we had finished YMCA swim practice, and I'm toweling her off. And I heard my name mentioned a couple different times, Mr. Shue, Mr. Shue, Mr. Shue. And I looked up and I saw 4 adults, 2 couples standing there, and they were also toweling off their first grader. And they smiled at me, and one of them said, Mr. Shue? And I said, yeah, it's Mr. Shue. And they said, we were all students in your class. And that was an incredible moment, and we got together, we hugged, and we laughed, and we shared some stories, and we reminisced about when we were together. And they talked a lot about when I was their teacher and what they learned from me. And once again, I share that story because it's about attitude. And they talked with me about what they remembered in my classroom, how things felt, and my interactions with them, and words of encouragement. And it's important to remember that, folks, because they all grow up. All the kids that you're teaching, you will teach, they do grow up. And how is it you want that interaction to be when you come into contact with them? Because they do grow up. They will prepare your food at restaurants. They will fix your car. They will show up at your house and turn the power back on. And when that moment takes place, how do you want that to go? How do you want it to be? Because once again, as my cooperating teacher told me, every moment, every word, every student matters. So as you join us here in St. Vrain, and congratulations to you and thank you for teaching in St. Vrain. And as you join us here, just remember that every moment, every word, and every student matters. Thank you.
As your student, I want to thank you for always being available to answer my questions with intentional and specific answers to really help me understand the concepts in class.
Sometimes she shows us how to measure things, and other times in math, there's pictures of clocks, and then she helps us know in clocks. Thank you, Ms. Flippin, for everything.
Hi, my name is Johnny Terrell. I am the Assistant Superintendent of Student Services in the St. Vrain Valley School District, where I've proudly served for the last 5 years. This is now my 27th year in public education. In those 27 years, it's been a wonderful journey where I've had the wonderful opportunity to serve on a variety of teams and highly functioning teams. And you have landed in a wonderful team here in St. Vrain Valley School District. I'm excited about this opportunity that you'll get to be a part of not just a team, but a championship team. And what makes us a championship team is our relentless pursuit of a common goal. And that common goal here in St. Vrain is making sure that our students can realize their full potential, not only as just students, but as human beings. What that means is that we get an opportunity to do life with the students, to do life with their families. And we develop a wonderful rapport and relationship with them. And in doing so, we benefit as well. We're all about service and support here in the St. Vrain Valley School District, and specifically in our Department of Student Services, where our mission is to serve students and families and support schools. I often have said that strong schools equal strong communities, and strong communities equals strong students. And so you have landed in a fantastic and wonderful place. You will see that on a daily basis. Everyone pulling together in the relentless pursuit of this common goal, as I mentioned before. Each person taking seriously their role. No role more important than the other. It's just a part of a highly functioning team, whether you be the teacher inside of the classroom, the paraprofessional that's supporting that teacher inside the classroom and students, the administrator that's making sure that everything comes together to make sure that their staffs have the appropriate resources. All of us working together in our roles to ensure that students ultimately realize their dreams. That's what it's about. It's not about us anymore, it's about those students. But we can't forget about you either, and so you more than likely will hear from wonderful people from our Office of Professional Development, from operations and maintenance, technology, a variety of offices and departments that are here to make sure that you have everything and all the tools that you need to help students realize their full potential and ultimately make their dreams come true. Just like me, you saved the best for last here at St. Vrain Valley School District. Remember, I stated that this is my 27th year in public education. I intend to end it right here. You saved the best for last, and welcome to your championship team.
As your student, I wish you had known that when I'm not working, I'm thinking about the answer.
As a student, I wish you'd known that I may seem like a really loud kid, but sometimes I just like to be quiet and in my own space, in my own head.
My name is Michelle Bourgeois. I serve as the Chief Technology Officer here in St. Vrain. And one of the things I'm most excited about as I think about you joining our wonderful district is just how lucky we are to have the strong support of our Board of Education and our community to give our students and you such a rich platform of technology that you can use. From laptops for every teacher to our one-to-one iPad program. I think you're going to find that you have every tool and resource that you need to do great things in your classroom to help students communicate, create, collaborate, and explore their content with you in such exciting ways. I don't know if you're aware, but as I sit in the role of a Chief Technology Officer, I actually started my career as a classroom teacher with 2 computers in my classroom. And when I think of the exciting opportunities you have and the rich commitment we have to supporting you, from our help desk to our technicians who you'll see in your classroom supporting your needs, to the programmers and the network folks, just know that we are here and so excited to help you be successful in your classroom. Our mantra in technology services is enriching education, and that's what we believe that we're here to do for you, to make sure you have every opportunity to be successful with your students, to be successful in your career, and to be behind you as you need that support to be the excellent teacher that I know you're going to be.
As your student, I was successful when you challenged me just enough, but also gave me enough free time and relaxation to enjoy my life.
Hello, I'm Karen Ragland, President of the St. Vrain Valley Schools Board of Education. I was elected to serve on the board back in 2017 and was re-elected in 2021 for a second term. Our board is cohesive, high-functioning, and deeply committed to the strategic priorities that provide us with a foundation and factors that prioritize student achievement, global success, well-being, and safety. I'm filming from the Innovation Center, where learning transcends the classroom and provides experiential opportunities that are developing today's students into tomorrow's leaders, innovators, and change makers. In its first humble location, students began building prototypes, learning new technologies, coding, practicing work skills, and getting paid to provide the community with products and services, all while completing coursework and earning certificates that would give them a competitive advantage. This building was funded by the passage of the Community Bond in 2016, and its stature exemplifies a productive relationship between the St. Vrain Valley Schools and the community. This is what mission-focused work in St. Vrain looks like. And the existence and sustainability of all the buildings and programs would not be possible without our future-focused thought leaders and administrators, our pioneer industry partners, and unwavering trust from our community. I'm so proud of what St. Vrain has to offer, but I'm really most proud of the students for meeting and exceeding our high expectations, trusting them to prepare them for their future, and achieving great success. I see all St. Vrain school buildings and people as pillars in our community, where you will strategically prepare our students to compete in a global economy, inspire their lifelong learning, and give our community confidence in our future. As teachers, you will have an infinite impact on our community and in our greater society. Thank you so much for your dedication to this incredible profession, and welcome to St. Vrain.
As your student, I want to thank you for even going out for this job. I think being a teacher is one of the most important jobs because you're teaching the future generations basically just life skills and what they're going to use in the future, and so I really appreciate that.
What my teacher should have known is, I guess everyone's different. So some people are better at assignments than others, or people work good in groups and some people don't. just knowing your students and where they're at and kind of adapting to that is a really good skill. It's a hard one, but it's a really good skill to have. And it helps with the students and their own educational growth.
As your student, I want to thank you for all of the doors you've opened for me and all of the opportunities you've given me to grow and explore my passions.
I'm Dina Perfetti-Deany, and I'm an Area Assistant Superintendent here in St. Vrain Valley Schools. And in my position, I supervise and support schools throughout our district. Particularly, I support schools in the Erie feeder and the Silver Creek High School feeder system. And I also support our Career Elevation and Technology Center and both of our alternative high school campuses. For our teachers in our system, we have extensive curricular and instructional resources for them. And we've mapped our curriculum and the essential content within the curriculum to the Colorado academic standards, and that's tied to our assessment system, both standardized and curricular assessments, and that's all tied to our instructional practices. Teachers are invited to help pilot new curricular resources when we have curriculum adoptions or when we're considering purchasing intervention materials. And then our teachers give input into how best to support teachers in our unit plans and unit organizers for all of our core areas. These unit organizers help us ensure that we have a guaranteed and viable curriculum. The reason a guaranteed and viable curriculum is so critically important is that it ensures that every single student in our system has the same opportunities to learn essential content, regardless of the teacher that they have or the school that they attend. It also ensures that every student in our system has access to similar cognitive rigor across all of their learning environments. Once teachers have a deep understanding of the curriculum that they will be teaching and the essential content within that curriculum, it really enables them to shift their focus from what to teach to how best to teach and how best to support the students who are in their classes. Teachers can then focus on decisions that they make every single day around what are the best instructional practices for the content that I'm teaching or for the learners that I have in front of me. How do I engage students in a meaningful way with the content and the learning objective? How do I personalize the learning for them and help them inquire and have curiosity around the content? And then finally, teachers make a lot of important decisions around how best to provide further academic challenge for students who need it and how best to intervene and provide additional time for students as well. I love being a public educator because I've seen firsthand how public education transforms lives. And public education is all of us who are in the system. Students and parents tell us every single day about teachers who inspire them, about staff members who motivate them or help them become a better version of themselves. In St. Vrain, we have incredible opportunities for our students across our entire system. The opportunities are expansive and exciting and innovative, and we feel help students create a pathway for themselves after high school. There is nothing more inspiring than seeing a young adult come through our system and feel hopeful and excited and confident about their future. That is the power of public education. Welcome to St. Vrain and the absolute best profession on earth.
As your student, I would like to thank you for being such a great teacher, specifically to Miss Rahel. I've had Miss Rahel ever since I was in 6th grade, and she has just came up with me through 7th and 8th. She's really helped me grow in many different ways, and it means a lot to me that I've had a teacher that helped me do that.
As a student, I was successful when you check in with me and you're able to make sure that I'm doing everything that I need to on time.
My name is Janet Rivera Gonzalez, and I'm the Elementary Biliteracy and ELD Coordinator under the Priority Programs Department. So first of all, I want to say how proud I am to identify myself as a product of St. Vrain. I came to the United States as a newcomer in this district, and I just cannot express myself enough how grateful I am for all the systems and they have in place for me to be successful in my high school years, the opportunities that I have, all of the support that I have. I remember my not only teachers but the whole staff made me feel welcome in their classrooms, especially because not only I was learning the content in their classes, but also learning a new language. Teachers played a big role on students' success. For example, in my case, being a newcomer, teachers not only building that relationship with me, but the human connections that they have was the key and impacted my success in my high school years. In high school years, I always wanted to highlight a teacher who really made a difference in my high school year. And being a newcomer, she was always above and beyond with me and making sure that I was success. Until this day, in my new position, she continued with those words of encouragement, and I actually received her last letter and card when I got my new position, and she's like, "Congratulations, you are a gifted educator, and now you will be able to share your talent and experiences with other teachers. I'm so proud of you." So these words not only lasted in high school years, but all of these years until today. So really, teachers had a really impact when they go above and beyond, in their classrooms. The human connections that teachers have can last forever. And this teacher with me really impacted. So I promised myself when I became a teacher that I will continue her legacy of providing students, multilingual students, all students, provide that pathway where they can be seen, heard, and validated.
As a student, I wish you would have known that when I can tell that you're genuine about what you're teaching, I understand better.